Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about some pop cultures. So we have here Kamala Harris has decided to grace us with her presence and we do not deserve her. But she decided to grace us with her presence, and Kamala was talking about the state of the nation. We got this courtesy of Neighborhood Talk, and let's just hear a little bit of what she had to say.
Here, it has a way of spreading to those around them and spreading. And we are witnessing that, no doubt. But I say this also, my dear friends, courage is also contagious. Courage is also contagious. We're saying people stay quiet. We are seeing organizations stay quiet. We are seeing those who are capitulating to clearly unconstitutional threats. And these are the things that we are witnessing each day in these last few months in our country. And it understandably creates a great sense of fear. Because, there were many things that we knew would happen. Many things. I'm not here, so I told you so.
If you don't like Kamala Harris, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, she, and this comment is completely right. If I were Kamala, I would move to a nice island and always have the paparazzi taking pictures of me smiling laid out on the beach, drinking cocktails, and not giving a D. I would do the exact same thing because we did not deserve her. And she has every right to tell us, I told you so. Because she did. She told us. Even Donald Trump's administration is now saying, well, he ran on tariffs. You know what tariffs are. Tariffs are a tax. He ran on this. I mean, you see the stock market. He ran on this. I mean, what do you want us to do? 900 jobs are being lost. He ran on this. But I just love it. I thought this was something so good to feature, especially in the beginning. Because, like, we need a little something. We need a little something. But let's go ahead and get on to the next topic. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Do you think that Kamala Harris did tell us so? Did y'all think that everybody got the message? Obviously, some of us didn't, but 92%. I got it. But y'all tell me what you think about this in the comments. And let's go ahead and get to the next topic. The next topic we're here to talk about is Sexyy Red. I'm not going to play the song, but we can all see it's Hoochie Coochie. And I just want to know, have we gotten to the point where this kind of like, I feel like we should be, I feel like we should be past this. Like, there is a lane for Sexyy Red. I will say that. I will not deny that she is talented because she obviously has people that are listening to her and that like her music. And even I, when I'm not in the car with my kids, I am bopping along a little bit. However, this is like a terrible representation, I feel like, of the Black community. And the only reason I feel like that is because there doesn't feel like there's equal push. Up, like, we have Doechii, obviously, and we've had Lauryn Hill, and we've had some female artists, obviously, that have been able to be somewhat clothed and push out music, right? However, this is just Hoochie Coochie. There is no double entendre. It's just right there in your face, and she's legs spread open, and this is now acceptable. And I mean, I even have it up on my screen. Is this now where we are? Is this like, it seems like the most low hanging fruit is what gets pushed the most, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's crazy. And let's see what some of the comments are saying. Again, courtesy of Neighborhood Talk. I will never forgive y'all for making this famous. These kids be singing her songs, which is true. I saw on TikTok the other day, kids in a class and the teacher was going around and they were all supposed to say their favorite songs. It looked like 5 of them kids was saying some Sexyy Red. No way, no way, no way. And then we got somebody over here, they just did a gift. They got Kris Jenner with some Lysol and spraying. But y'all tell me about this in the comments. Like, is this something that we really need to be pushing? And if we're gonna push it, I feel like, because there's a lane, there's obviously an audience. If you're gonna push this, you should equally push the Doechiis of the world. What's that UK artist I really love? Goodness, I can't say her name for the life of me. But we should equally be pushing things that are more clothed and less all up in your face, if you get what I'm trying to say. This is too much for me. It's way too much. Now, next topic. We have the Aisha Howard of it all. And I don't know if you've been seeing all of it on X, which is where I seem to get a good amount of my news from. But there was reports that Anthony Edwards was trying to give her the entire down payment, literally just upfront. Whatever the child support is, child is 18 years. He was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the entire 1 million up front, and it comes to about $5,000 a month for 18 years, for which is pretty good, being honest. I mean, Elon Musk doesn't even want to pay $3,000 a year for his child, and he's a billionaire. So if Anthony Edwards wants to give $5,000 a month, which is double what the richest man in the entire world does, I can't knock him for it because he was honest. And we have to have a real conversation. I feel like, us women, we really do. We do have our body, our choice. However, there should also be, in the instance, this very specific instance of Anthony Edwards is saying, and it's all reports are saying, that he does not want this child. He was very clear with her up front that he did not want this child. I believe he's even got a fiance right now and has a child with her. And this is not his first time, and it won't be his last time being in an incident like this. And she's talking about how she's viewed, because people are saying that she only got with him and she ended up getting pregnant, even though he told her ahead of time that he did not want to have any children with her. She's one of those type of women that just go to men because of money. Let's listen to a little bit of what she said, because she got kind of off topic a little bit, and I feel like it's a lot of no accountability being taken.
And food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check. I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men.
Okay, I'm gonna cut her off there. If you want to listen to the rest of it, like I said, courtesy of Neighborhood Talk, that we're watching this. But basically, she's saying that she's not that type of woman. She kept her baby because she wanted her baby, which I'm not gonna doubt. Most women, I've had 2 children. My children are my choice, even though I would never in life get an abortion. And they both happen unexpectedly. My children are my choice, and I'm the happiest I've ever been after having my kids. I can honestly say that. However, she's not going to beat those allegations, because when her baby father, I believe, is a little baby, and he's also a rich man, and she was in that situation, and we all saw how that ended up. And I might have the wrong guy, but it's a rapper. Um, and then we also have her when she moves over and is a side piece essentially to Anthony Edwards, somebody who has a fiance, who has a baby. He's only ever claimed the baby of his fiance, and he has other children that he financially supports. However, he is not in their children's lives, and he's been very clear: your body, your choice. However, my time, my choice. I will financially support my child, and I will make sure that my child has everything they need, because he's, from all reports, offering what, $5,000 a year for 18 years, and he wants to pay it all up front. That's more than most men pay, and that's more responsibility than most men take. And I know you're probably saying, well, why are you giving him this out? The woman doesn't get that out. Well, everything has a trade-off. And it's not like she went into the situation with blinders on. She is right. She is a certain caliber of woman who she's part of the certain caliber of women who are in this group that all get around, and they all understand the situation. They all understand what these men are looking for. They all understand that these men are not men that are going to be trying to wife you up. She specifically got with a man who had a fiance. So she's not beating the allegations because, ma'am, you knew what this was. Don't try and blind us and act like you didn't know. And then we do have a few comments that I would like to bring out, courtesy of Neighborhood Talk. Like I said, baby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Your beauty and body only has you effed up. You couldn't keep little baby, the football player, or the basketball player, and none of them wanted to keep you. Just enjoy whatever blessings you're getting because you're a single mom, just like those girls you're talking about. And that sounds extremely harsh. However, there is a certain echelon of women who are going after these certain echelon of men, and all of these men have done the exact same thing repeatedly. At this point, it seems like it is a choice. We as Black women, specifically, given that we are the highest group of single mothers, have to be honest with ourselves and be like, is this person that I am having physical intercourse with? If we are not looking to plan, and you know this person 9 times out of 10 is not looking to build with you, be on birth control and take all of the precautions. There are plan B pills for a reason. You knew that condom broke. Fix the situation. Saying this as a person that has taken plan Bs. And I'm in a committed relationship with the same person for the last 9 years. But I'm still taking a plan B because that is not in my journey right now. And God overrides that and I end up having a baby, then that's something else. But however, you are part of this group of women. Y'all are all known for doing the exact same thing. We're not holding your hand through this. At some point, you have to take accountability. And then we have another person speaking with your 40-year-old voice, please, ma'am. I'm not going to say anything about her voice. He made a choice. She made a choice. Wouldn't be no baby to if he didn't plant the seed. Both parties are to blame. The end. Let's move on. That is true. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments. Do you feel like I'm being a little too harsh? Or do you feel like the internet is being a little too harsh with her? Do you think that we should give more of this accountability on Anthony Edwards? Do you? Or do you think, ma'am, you were his side piece? He has a fiance, he has a child that he's claimed. This is not the first time. And you knew what it was. And this is what you wanted to do. But let's go ahead and go into the next topic. Now, we have Russell Brand. Russell Brand, I used to freaking love his movies, like until I found out that he was a huge Trump supporter, which does not surprise me given the fact that this seems that he's been charged with rape and sexual assault. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, but I was never a rapist. That is what he said. Let's hear a little bit of what he had to say. This is to us courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked.
Like the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continued...
I'm not even going to try this anymore. He said, I hope you can all see that by looking in my eyes. If you look in my eyes, y'all can see that I am not an African-American woman. You can know this because you're looking in my eyes. Dude, we're not taking looking in your eyes as something. You're going to go to court. You're going to go through the process. You're going to get a lawyer. You are rich. And based off of whatever the jury says, that's what I'm going to take. And no offense, if you were a drug addict and you're a sex addict, when you mix those two combinations together, who's to say that you did not behave in a way that was sexual assault or rape to that person? Because I can say yes now, but during the act I can say no. And if you keep going, that is rape, that is sexual assault. And you were on drugs. There's no way to say for certain if you were fully aware during the situation. I see we just let it play all out, but I mean, he is a Trump supporter, and I've always said that the Republican Party is a party of closeted men, allegedly, and sexual abusers, allegedly, and sexual supporters, allegedly. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, we've all read the Epstein files. We've all seen the E. Jean Carroll case. So, yeah. And then just a couple comments courtesy of Hollywood Unlocked. We have one person just got a meme going. Diddy and Blanc. Allegations aside, he looks good and healthy. And then this person says you did it with a meme. But let's go ahead and go into the next topic. We're just going to have to keep up to date on this. Now, we're going to close off on Ruby Red saying she needs a man to make $5 million a year in order to date her. Just 1 second. We're going to listen to it a little bit.
I don't know. Like,
no, say it.
I don't want to
say
seem shallow. Okay.
You got a standard.
Okay. Like, hopefully, like, at least, like, $5 million.
A year? A year.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
It's like, and not to seem shallow, but, you know, you guys probably wouldn't date an ugly girl, right? No. So I don't want to date a broke nigga.
Well, what is, but broke is $3 million a year or $4?
Wait, they got it. So he's got to make $5 million a year. How much is that a month?
I don't know. I just
Like
said
400K a month?
About 4 to
rough
5.
estimate.
Okay, and you don't care what they do as long as they're bringing in their own shit.
No, I care. I don't want any illegal activity.
Okay, so no trapping,
No scamming.
no
Scammers,
No.
dope dealing.
No.
none of that.
None of that.
They got to be like an actual legitimized business.
Something, yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, at least she says she doesn't want him to be scamming and trapping or doing anything illegal. I'll give her that one. But I mean, we have to get out of this culture of men needing to make this certain amount of money in order to be with me. That is unrealistic. You can live, if you are very good with your budget and you live within your means, you can live off $25,000 a year. Young people do it all the time. I did it last year. I mean, I was in college. You can live off $25,000 a year. I mean, realistically, most people do. Most people do. So I think we really have to get out of these unrealistic conversations. Obviously, they asked her this question because they knew she's a woman who is within a circle that dates a certain type of men. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but I mean, we've all seen these same women date these same men. So she is within that echelon of those women. But we have to stop saying these impracticalities. 5 million a year, the guy said that's like what, 400,000 a month is unrealistic. And most people will not attain that. And that's just being honest. However, she is right to ask those men, don't look at me a certain type of way because I said it. You asked what my number is. I am one of those women that have been lucky enough to get into the echelon of women who are with men that make this amount of money. You would not date an ugly girl, which is true. So, I mean, I'm not going to look at her bad, but I do want to say that this is extremely unrealistic. We as women have to get out of this. We also have to get out of this entire, you won't go 50-50 with a man. Girl, if them bills do, yes, you will. Yes, you will. I always find that the people that say this are typically the ones that are doing the 50-50 with the man. They're just trying to push off an unrealistic dream on other people. And when those people don't reach that goal that they also have not attained, they can be like, well, misery likes company. But let's go ahead and see this. We have a meme, which we know came from a guy. She's beautiful. She makes more than she's expecting her man to make. Good for her. Use your beauty and youth to your advantage. So we're seeing that some people, they're okay with this. And like I said, you do you, but we also, as women, do need to move out this unrealistic expectation. And I hate to have to say that, but it's just true. Most people will be 50-50 with their husband. Most people won't make more than $400,000 a year. So she's expecting her man to make what most people won't make in a year and a month. But I think if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. Her body, her choice. But y'all, tell me what y'all think about all these topics in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? If not, if you think there's anything I can improve on, or if there's any topics that you see come through and you want me to talk about them, send them my way. I strongly appreciate it. I do want to, before I end this video, thank you so much for, if you were here for 2 seconds, thank you if you were here for 2 minutes. God, you're freaking amazing. If you were here for the entire freaking time, I love you. And I don't even know you, but I love you. But y'all, thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for just checking this video out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you like to see more content like this. And if you don't, shoot, let me know that as well. Be like, girl, this is not your forte. But like I said, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.